Hello guys, welcome to 90 Plus Tactics with St. Jampo. Welcome to 90 Plus Tactics. This is Into the Locker Room podcast with St. Jampo. Guys, you have done very well. We really appreciate you. You know that on this platform, we have fun. We give out a lot of information. And if you followed us over time, from March when I began doing a review of Champions League, league football and other stuff, it's gotten the time where we add another session or segment to our videos. We are looking to inform and help people give out the best information everyone needs about the game of football. But more times, so most of us, we tend to define some things wrongly in football. I have extensively gone to read about some things in football that I want to inform you, my subscribers, my followers, my viewers, and I really appreciate that you've been with me throughout thick and thin. We really apologize for not giving you content, and I'm here to inform you very well about updates in the world of football. Yes, in this particular video, I'm going to speak about player profiling. I'm going to profile some players. So then, more often, as I said earlier, we tend to define players wrongly. I had a conversation with one guy, and he was telling me that Jude Bellingham is a player who just plays with Takashi. I was saying Jude Bellingham is Takashi in the ball now, or yes, special player. Yeah, yes, you may say it's not special. I may or may not concur. For me, I think it's a special player. But then you can leave it in the comment section. But I think Jude Bellingham is a special player. The guy says, "Oh, yes, special player. Yeah, Jude Bellingham na. So I had to explain to him that it's a player profile. Yes, he's deployed in a certain role that doesn't particularly define him, but then his profile, the kind of profile he has is what makes him do what he does on the pitch. So you see him tackling. Yes, he plays in advanced positions on the pitch, but you see him tackling and going about and running and other stuff. Yes, player profiles. We tend to define the player profiles wrongly, and then you see the managers using players out of position and other stuff, and we speak about it. In this particular video, I'm going to speak about player profiles, but then I'm going to narrow it down specifically to how do you call it? Attacking midfielders. So we have different profiles of attacking midfielders. Before I go on to profile these attacking midfielders, please, as you stay with us, please, we beg you, we are pleading with you. In this particular video, we need 50 likes. 50 likes, please. Press the likes for us. Yes. So please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And this is 90 Plus Tactics. We'll be back after this break. Yeah, welcome back guys to 90 Plus Tactics, Into the Locker Room podcast with St. Jampo. So as I said earlier in the intro, attacking midfielders, profiling these attacking midfielders and speaking about their profiles and what they do on the field of play. So let's get into it right away, attacking midfielders. Now, for the attacking midfielders, we have 5 different profiles of attacking midfielders. Yes, these are players who play in advanced positions on the pitch. Yes, they are midfielders, not defensive or central midfielders, not defensive or left midfielders, but right midfielders. Midfielders who play at advanced positions. They help both the striker, they help both wingers, they help almost everything goes through them in the midfield when anything has to do with attacking football. We have 5 different profiles. So we tend to say Kevin De Bruyne is a better attacking midfielder than maybe James Rodriguez or Mesut Ozil. Yes, the numbers will speak for them, but then their profiles are different. Therefore, when we are having a conversation about them, we should be critical about the kind of profiles we are speaking about. So then we will go on and then find out. So we have 5 different profiles. The 5 different profiles are the advanced playmaker. We have the classic number 10. We have the workhorse playmaker. We have the shadow striker. And we have the chaos creator. So these are the attacking midfielders we are going to speak about. If you watch clearly on the screen, you can follow you see the visuals on your screen. I'll speak about them, mention a couple of players, and explain these profiles to you so that you get the understanding of what these profiles are. The attacking midfielder, we have the chaos creator. I mentioned the chaos creator. We have the shadow striker. We have the workhorse playmaker. We have the classic number 10, and then the advanced playmaker. We will begin with the classic number 10. The classic number 10. Now, when someone says a classic number 10, who is the classic number 10? Now, the classic number 10 is the lost artist. So the description given to the classic number 10 is the lost artist. Now, in olden times in football, or from the 19th to the 2000s, football has evolved now. But then the kind of number 10s that were there, Zinedine Zidane, Mesut Ozil, these were number 10s who do not add a lot of work rate to their game. Theirs is to pick the ball, electric skill, visionary, and then they pick the pass into the space, and then the team is on ascendancy. So we have the classic number 10. Examples of the classic number 10 the world game has seen is Mesut Ozil, James Rodriguez, and Felipe Coutinho. James Rodriguez, Mesut Ozil, and Felipe Coutinho. So the classic number 10, they create chances through vision, passing, and flair, often not involved in personal or physical play. So as I said earlier, Mesut Ozil, he's pressing and running around. Yes, the other players will do the work for him. So if you remember, when Mesut Ozil joined Real Madrid from Werder Bremen in 2010 after the FIFA World Cup, between 3 years that he spent at Real Madrid, he had almost 50 to 60 La Liga assists for Real Madrid, and Ronaldo was banging in the goals. If you remember, you can check the stats. Yes, so that was Mesut Ozil. His is to be on the pitch. The other players, the defensive midfielder, Xabi Alonso and the guys pick the ball, they give it to him, and then he creates the chance. They also add goal scoring. They stand in between the half spaces. So they normally are in the half spaces between the opposition's backline and then the defensive midfield area. So they stand there, they see, they scan, and then they pick the pass. So that's the attacking midfielder. They are visionary, they are elegant with elite passing and technique. So they have very, very good technique. They hit free kicks, they set pieces are good, corners and other stuff. Very good. They operate between the line, find pocket of spaces to tread through balls and shoot. So that is the classic number 10. But football has evolved. Now we have the advanced playmaker. So the second profile we are speaking about is the advanced playmaker. Now, what does the advanced playmaker do? An advanced playmaker is an evolution of the classic 10, combines creativity with goal scoring ability and greater work rate. They are positionally intelligent, always scanning, excellent in tight spaces, not flashy but consistently effectively contribute through movement, decision making, and end product. So that is what the advanced playmaker do. Now, examples of the advanced playmaker is the Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne, Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne, and Martin Odegaard. So Martin Odegaard, Kevin De Bruyne, these are an evolution of the classic number 10s. So Martin Odegaard, Bruno Fernandes, and Kevin De Bruyne, they do not really have flair. Maybe for Odegaard, you may want to say, yes, he has a little bit of flair, but then there's rigidity in their game. Their body orientation doesn't give them that liberty to do those kind of things that the classic number 10. So you see Mesut Ozil turning in the space, moving his body and eluding people. No. You don't see for the advanced playmaker. Theirs is to scan. So immediately the ball gets to them, they are scanning. So if you've seen Kevin De Bruyne from Manchester City, the ball comes to the right side where he is. Then by has seen that the striker has made a move, he hits a certain ball across the defense, and then Man City have scored. So Haaland benefited from it a lot. Same for Arsenal, Martin Odegaard. They create chances. Those players create chances. You see Martin Odegaard creating chances for Arsenal. You see Bruno Fernandes creating chances for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes has been creating chances for us, but then Man United team is not been good. That's why we do not mostly see his assists. So the advanced playmaker, they don't really have flair, but they are visionary. So these are number 10s who are positionally intelligent. In their position, they are very good. They add goal scoring ability. They are good in tight spaces. He gets the ball, he picks the pass. We are not waiting and then trying to do flair and add those things to our game. So that is the advanced playmaker. Now, the next profile we are speaking about is the workhorse playmaker. Now, let me ask this question. Put it in the comment section. Leave your comment there. What's the difference in the profiles between Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes? or Danny Olmo and then Kevin De Bruyne, or Martin Odegaard and Dominic Szoboszlai. Now, Dominic Szoboszlai, Mason Mount, and Danny Olmo. Dominic Szoboszlai, Mason Mount, and Danny Olmo are what we call the workhorse playmaker. The workhorse playmaker. Now, the workhorse playmaker, the description for them is the defensive creator. The defensive creator. Now, the workhorse playmaker simply is a number 10 who presses tirelessly, covers ground, and still contributes creatively in the final third. So, the workhorse playmaker, number 10, need to say or pressing, he's covering spaces, but still he contributes in the final third. So, let's check the numbers of Danny Olmo. Let's check the numbers of Mason Mount. Let's check the numbers of Dominic Szoboszlai at Liverpool. Emphasis on Dominic Szoboszlai. His numbers are not really that great. People say, oh, if he's an attacking midfielder, he needs to have numbers. But people do not check the work rate that he does on the pitch. So you see Szoboszlai on the pitch. Last season when on the spot to join Liverpool, you could see he was always running down the right-hand side of the pitch, trying to help cover space, catch passing lanes. By the time he gets to the final third, not ball, and finish. So their numbers are not really big. Now, our numbers is also. Example is Mason Mount. Yes, Mason Mount had appreciable numbers at Chelsea, but he's the workhorse playmaker. So you see Mason Mount at Man United. Man United fans, if you be really good. One reason why I think he's in the team is that he has a lot of physicality. He runs, he covers spaces, he cuts passing lane, he presses tirelessly. So the workhorse number 10 or playmaker, they are energetic, relentless of the ball, and tactically disciplined. So your workhorse playmaker, tactically disciplined. Coach Neman tactics, I say do this, that's what they do. So you see that Nyomo doing what Hans Flick tells him to do. Mason Mount, same for Manchester United. What Ruben Amorim, I'll see him one Ruben and Ruben Amorim wants him to do. Dominic Szoboszlai, they say relentless of the ball, tactically disciplined. The first line of press, disrupt the position build up, support attacking, also does the work. So the workhorse playmaker is different from the advanced playmaker. They add more physicality, cut passing lanes, pressing to their game more than the advanced playmaker. The last but one profile we speak about is the shadow striker. So the shadow striker, the description for them is the shadow forward. The shadow forward. So the shadow striker. Now the shadow striker plays very close to the main striker, often acting as the second forward. They are goal-oriented, instinctive finisher, often faster and more direct. Supports the striker, gets into the box, tries in cutbacks. Now, let me ask a question. Is Thomas Muller a number 9 or an attacking midfielder? Put it in the comment section. Because his numbers are outrageous for an attacking midfielder. I tell you. I check his numbers, I'm like, ooh, Thomas Muller, what? Check his numbers for Bayern Munich. Check his numbers for the German national team. So the question is Thomas Muller a number 9 or is an attacking midfielder? In the profiling of attacking midfielders, as I said earlier, we have the shadow striker. Thomas Muller is a shadow striker. Dele Ali is a shadow striker. You know Kai Havertz is a number 10, right? But he's not the workhorse playmaker. Kai Havertz is not your advanced playmaker. It's not your classic number 10. He's a shadow striker. So now, one thing about shadow strikers is that they can be deployed as number 9s. So if you remember, when Germany were winning the World Cup in 2014, they were said Miroslav Klose, who was the out and out number 9 for the German national team, was always on the bench. So they played Thomas Muller as a number 9. Not that he was a number 9, but he was a shadow striker. They can play as number 9s and they will give you appreciable goals and assists. That is the shadow striker. Dele Ali as Spurs, he was doing well for that. So behind Harry Kane, but he's a shadow striker. Kai Havertz for Arsenal. So those kind of players can play as number 9s, but they are attacking midfielders. Attacking midfielders who are shadow strikers. They play very close to the main striker. So they feed off the striker, the movements of the striker. One thing that these people thrive on is when the striker picks up the ball and then stands on or goes up play. These are players who come to feed on the space that he creates by dragging players to himself. So, typical example, Bayern Munich, when how do you call it? Lewandowski. When Lewandowski joined Bayern Munich, you guys should remember, anytime he picks up the ball, he's not your pacey striker. So he picks up the ball, he stands, and then you see Thomas Müller feeding on the space because Lewandowski has drawn a centre back or an opposition player to himself. There's a space, and then pack. One thing about them is that they are goal oriented, very goal oriented. A ball that they don't usually create the big chances like the classic number 10s, the advanced playmakers will do, and even the workhorse playmakers will do. They don't usually do. He gets the ball, pack, he's picking the side of the post and pen the ball into the back of the net. They are very instinctive finishers, and then often faster and more direct. So they have a little bit of pace in their game. They have a little bit of jitteriness. They are very quick in what they do. They touch the ball, pack. They support the striker, get into the box, and they thrive on cutbacks. Now, since the striker is more advanced and the striker wants to feed on the first ball that comes into the box, these people stand in between the D or closer to the 16-yard box, and then part the feed on the cutback. So that is the shadow striker. And the last profile we'll speak about is the chaos creator. The chaos creator. I'm sure some of you were waiting for me to say that. Hey, where do we put Florian Wirtz? Where do we put Jamal Musiala? Where do we put how do you call it? The other guys. Now we have the chaos creators. These are also number 10s. The chaos creators. We have number 10s who are also called the chaos creators. Cole Jamiel Palmer. Cole Palmer. So Cole Palmer is a chaos creator. Chaos creator. The chaos creator, the description for them is the Maverick. So those of you who have watched Maverick, is it Maverick? Movie like that, the Maverick movie, you can put it in the comment section. There's a movie like that, Maverick or something like that, where they drive jets. So the guy went to teach them and other stuff. They are very quick. They like a lot of chaos. When I say they like a lot of chaos, they are people who can thrive in chaotic moments. No matter the situation, tight space, a more deep, or be funny no PF. They are also a little bit strong. They have a little more of dribbleness and other stuff in their game. The chaos creators. An example is Cole Palmer, Jamal Musiala, and Florian Wirtz. So you can go and check Florian Wirtz's numbers for Leverkusen. The season they were winning, they went unbeaten in the Bundesliga, went to the final of the Europa League, then they won the DFB Pokal unbeaten. You can check that season. His numbers in terms of dribbling was very high. Cole Palmer, the league speaking about him, the better because he's one of the best number 10s chaos creators the game has seen in the modern day game. Florian Wirtz, Jamal Musiala will define it better. The guy picks up the ball, the ball is in behind. So these are kind of players who have the ball in between their legs. They are creating a chance. So they said they are free-spirited creators who can unlock games on their own terms. So you know Cole Palmer, he picks up the ball when he wants to create, when he wants to do a lot for the team. That's when he decides. So they unlock things on their terms. And these are players, Semenka said they are big game players. Jamal Musiala's numbers do not speak more about that. But then we can also say that these are, how do you call it? Chaos creators. Create chances, they score goals, free kicks, penalty kicks. You usually find them, it's very difficult to find them missing chances. Yeah, it's not like they don't miss big chances. Florian Wirtz at Liverpool is not scoring, it's not assisting. I know he's a good player, he can't good. I hope he can't good. Jamal Musiala injury, prone and other stuff, but I think he has been good for the German national team. Spurs and Bayern Munich have not been bad. Chaos creator, they are very unpredictable, they are creative, they have flair, and they are risk takers. Don't always play within the system. Create something out of nothing, dribbles, audacious, passes, or shoots. So you see the chaos creators, Cole Palmer, he can create something out of nothing. They dribble. There's a lot of dribbling in that game. Jamal Musiala dribbling, Cole Palmer dribbling, Florian Wirtz dribbling. These are chaos creators. So this is the kind of profiles we came to speak to you about. The attacking midfielders edition, football rules 101, attacking midfielders edition. So I mentioned about 15 players, attacking midfielders with different profiles. You have the advanced playmaker, Bruno Fernandes, Martin Odegaard, and Kevin De Bruyne are advanced playmakers. The classic number 10s, They lost athletes. These are Mesut Ozil, James Rodriguez, and Felipe Coutinho. The workhorse playmakers, we have Dominic Soboslai, Mason Mount, and Danny Olmo. And then the shadow strikers, who are attacking midfielders also, we have Thomas Muller, Dele Ali, and Kai Havertz. And then the last one, which is the chaos creators, we have Cole Palmer, Jamal Musiala, and Florian Wirtz. So this is the attacking midfielders edition that we came to give you. Yes, as you know, we are going to give you a lot of information about player profiling. In our next video that we will drop, we are going to speak about defensive midfielders. Now the debate in the world is Vitinha the best defensive midfielder in the world? Is it Gravenberch? Is it Caicedo? Is it Declan Rice? Who is it? We are going to speak about defensive midfielders, the profiles of defensive midfielders that we have, the register and the other stuff. So in this particular video, we spoke about attacking midfielders. I'm sure that now you are clear in your ideas. Please don't forget, this is 90 Plus Tactics Into the Locker Room podcast. Please subscribe, please like, comment, and share. Leave your comment. We really appreciate you. Please leave your comment, and at the end, we will say, yes, indeed, you have been with us. 90 Plus Tactics, you have been with us all this while. Please subscribe, share for us. It's important for you to share. Let others see the content, and at the end, you can say, yes, we have done it all. My name is Njampo. Thank you for joining me. This is 90 Plus Tactics. Adios. Please don't forget, this is 90 Plus Tactics. Subscribe, like, comment, and share.